Welcome to the Day6 of AWS Solution Architect. Today we are going to talk about IAM. IAM simply means Identity Access Management in AWS. In Azure, we call it Enter ID. Now, you see, IAM is what a solution architect use to determine who can enter a particular account and what they can do and what they can have access to. So as a solution architect, you are the master planner. You'll be the one to use IAM policy most of your time because you'll be the one to be assigning role for people. Now, what are the things you are going to use IAM to do? Number one thing you are going to use IAM to do is that you are going to use IAM to create users, and you can also use IAM to create group. Now, don't forget, as you have created your own account is called root account. In that root account, you have all the IAM policy within your reach. Because you are the root account, you can access different kind of services. So you yourself, you are one organization. So you, as you are one organization, you can employ developers, you can employ operators, you can employ auditors to come and work within your organization. So as you employ them, you are going to create users for each and every one of them. So like, let's say for example, you employ 3 developers. Let's say you employ Ola, Lekon, and Toby. They are developers. So those one, because they have the same interest, you group them into one place. Then let's say you now employ Ore and Tunyo as maybe operator. So those ones too, they have the same interest. You are going to group them in another group. Then let's say you employ another set of 3 people. So all these 3 group now, all these 3 set of team, you are going to put them into different group. And as you put them into different group, you need to assign some policy, some rules that they must follow, some things that they can do, some things they can have access to. For example, now those developer group, you will make sure that they can only start up a server or install a new server, but they cannot delete it at the production level. So those are the rules and regulations that you are going to give to each and every one of them. What you need to know is that one user can belong to 2 different groups, and you need to understand that some users, they are not meant to be in any group if they are only working alone. Now, why do we create users and group in AWS? Now, number one reason we create users and group in AWS is because we want to enforce security policy. We want to make sure that if one of those users were hijacked by hackers, those hackers will not be able to penetrate into our organization and steal our data or do a lot of things that we don't want. That's number one. Number 2 is that we want to manage costs. Don't forget, in AWS, you as a root account, you have submitted your credit card. So whatever service any of your employees set up, maybe one of your employees just set up maybe 10 EC2 or 50 EC2 at a go, they can be running your money. Because the more it is working, the more your money keep going. It is pay as you go. So to manage costs, you need to set up IAM policy so that those users, we have something they can have access to. We have something they cannot have access to. Now, another thing why we use users and group is for identity management, so that you can identify that, okay, this social person belongs to this social group and is the one that do so thing. You understand? So that you can monitor them, so that you can know when they log in, when they log out, what they do, everything. So those are the reasons why we set up users and group. Now, as a solution architect, you need to have the mindset that you are the master planner. You are the one that any company that want to move to cloud, you are the first person they will meet. They need your idea. Now, what are the things you are going to do? Let's say, for example, they meet you, they say they want to put their own business in the cloud. The first thing you need to know or you need to do is you need to create roles for each users of the organization. Like, okay, all the people that are working in this organization, because you guys are moving to cloud, so they need to have a user. And you are going to create a group for those users based on their own working schedule and their own working interest. So that's the first thing you do. After you have created users and you have created group, the next thing you do there is to create IAM policy for each group and each users based on their interest. So it means that each of those groups, we have their own certain things. We have their own certain policy, what they can do, what they cannot do. That is number 2. Number 3 is that you'll be able to enforce multi-factor authentication for all your accounts. You enforce multi-factor authentication such that any user that want to log in, you understand, they must require 2-factor authentication for what? For security purpose. Because Even if hackers or one of those bad guys were able to steal some of those user login details, they will not be able to penetrate into your organization. So that is the essence of you enforcing two-factor authentication. The fourth thing you are going to use IAM to do is that you are going to use it to set up role for all those services that are in your AWS. For example, you can set a principle of list management for EC2 to S3 bucket. You can say, okay, EC2 can only read what is inside S3 bucket, but cannot write what is inside it. You see it now? Then S3 bucket can only allow this particular EC2 to access it, but cannot allow so EC2 to access it. So all those things, they are what you are going to set up as a solution architect. So those are your major work. So in my next video, I'm going to show you the practical aspects of IAM policy. So we can set up users, we set up group, and you can see it in real action. So please, if you enjoyed this video, like, follow, and share so that more users can learn with this little concept. So thanks. See you in the next video.